Setting the right listing price for a property can be challenging, especially when sellers have unrealistic expectations for the selling process. While receiving multiple offers for a property is more likely in certain areas of the province or under specific market conditions, sometimes a seller wants to use a pricing strategy that will increase the likelihood of multiple offers. Ultimately, setting the list price for the property is the seller's decision. However, registrants must never advise or influence their client to deliberately choose a list price that is below what the seller would actually accept. Underlisting properties in this way is considered professional misconduct under Section 46(1) and deceptive dealing under Section 44 of the Real Estate Services Act. In 2021, the Manitoba Financial Services Agency released a notice to all registrants regarding underlisting properties and multiple offers. While this notice was made before the Real Estate Services Act came into effect, the principles outlined in it still apply. Namely, registrants must not intentionally list a property below its value to create a bidding war or create interest among buyers who are not qualified to purchase the property at the price the seller is expecting to accept. If the Manitoba Financial Services Agency makes an inquiry into the listing price for a registrant's listing, the registrant must be able to demonstrate how they arrived at the price and what advice they gave to the seller prior to the seller selecting the final list price. Ensure you keep detailed records of the data you used to determine market value and the recommendations you gave your client. Registrants who are found to have deliberately underlisted the property will be subject to disciplinary action. If you become aware that your seller client is no longer willing to accept the advertised list price for any reason, you should advise them to update the list price to better reflect their expectations. To continue to advertise a property for sale at a lower price than the seller would accept is deceptive and therefore not in compliance with the Act. In a situation where you believe another registrant has deliberately underlisted a property, you can report the violation to the Manitoba Financial Services Agency using the link provided in the description. If your concern is about a realtor who is a member of the same board as you, you may also report it to your local board. When the problem involves a realtor who is a member of a different board or a member of the public wishes to make a complaint about a realtor, contact the Manitoba Real Estate Association. Listing a property within a suitable range of its market value will ensure that registrants remain compliant with the Act while also providing the best service to both the seller and potential buyers. An appropriate listing price means the seller is more likely to be offered an amount they consider acceptable for their property, and buyers will not feel misled. For more information, review the Manitoba Financial Services Agency notice linked in the description below.